Hey folks, and welcome to another Your Model Railway Village video. This is number 15, but I just wanted to very quickly go over a couple of things from the previous issue. This is number 14, and you'll remember it mentioned the big four. And before I file it away, I read them, and they've made a mistake in this photo, look. Part of the LNER's fleet of locos, this Manning Wardle 042 tank, was built for use in Aberdeen docks. Does that look like an 042 tank to you? Definitely not. Definitely either the wrong piece of text has been applied to the correct photo, or the correct piece of text has been applied to the wrong photo. So I just thought I'd point that out. It also mentions something else, which is something I go on about quite a lot, and this is one of the reasons I love the Black Fives. Because the LNER talks about how it suffered financially for years because of declining freight and not very many passengers. But it does hold, obviously, the world speed record still with Mallard. But apparently Nigel Gresley reportedly later remarked, "Forget streamlined trains, it's the 060s that earn the money." And it's true. It's true. Things like that are the unsung heroes. You know, it was probably the 060s that made all the money to develop something like the A4 Mallard. So that's why I like Black Five so much. They weren't the fastest, they weren't the strongest, they weren't the best looking, but they were real workhorses. They kept the LMS running, they kept the whole country running, and that's why I like Black Five so much. And talking of Black Fives, no, that's not a Black Five. Although the tender definitely says LMS, but that is not a Black Five. I am sure of it. Or is it? Or do you know, actually there is a slight camber to the boiler. Gosh, do you know, folks, I really don't know. If you can tell me what that is, if you can look up, it's 5246. That must be a Black Five. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to call it either way. I'm not sure. I'll only get in trouble if I get it wrong. So if you can let me know what that is, that'd be much appreciated, because you're a great team of people out there. You're much better than I am. Right, so number 15. Well, what do we get in here? I don't know. Maybe it's more platform pieces. What should it cover? Adding curbs to your pavements. The Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch. I was talking about that just in the last issue, wasn't it? Okay, so package opened, and at this point, oh, there's some sort of. Do we need this? Do we need? I don't know. No, I guess not. Oh gosh, no. Of course, they are platform pieces. It's just come away. It's come off the actual piece of card. At this point, I must apologise for the background noise. You've got rain, pigeons, and aircraft, and I can't do anything about any of them, but I have to press on and get these filmed anyway, so I do apologise for that. You see, you can hear that pigeon, it's so loud. Right, number 15. Right, we're really cracking on now. We've only got another 200 to catch up. No, it's about 70 or something. Okay, so adding curbs to the paved area. Britain in the Age of Steam, how railways changed our diet. That's interesting. And a steam railway in miniature. Oh yes, the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch. Okay, right. So adding curbs to the paved area. Following on from instructions for sticking down the pavement that was applied in the last issue, this week we add curbs around the edge of the panel. Huh, no way. See, this is all fascinating stuff, and I really should be putting this together. But I've got to go out into the garage and, well, it's raining, so I'm not going to go out into the garage today, but you will see me do that eventually, I promise. Oh gosh, there's another. It's like it's turboprop day or something today. It's just endless turboprops going over, and they're worse than jets because there's such a drony. Can you hear it? Can you hear that? You must be able to hear that. It is just the most annoying drony noise ever, and it lasts for ages because they travel at 5 miles an hour. No, they're actually pretty quick, but it just annoys me. I think all the pilots in the world go, right, okay, Jeff, Will is just down there. Can you see his conservatory? Let's ramp up the noise. Okay, so yes, you are going to get to see me do all this. There's been quite a bit of issue on the asbestos roof ceiling panels in the garage. Trust me, they're safe, okay? They are safe, it's fine. But I'm only assembling it in there. It's only being stored in there. I'm not actually going to be in there for hours at a time working. I shall be doing all the model making, all the model building inside. And then once something is done, it gets taken outside to the garage, put into place, and then I leave again. So I'm actually not going to be spending very long in there. But it's safe anyway. Yes, asbestos is worse than cancer, but it's safe. If it's in good condition, it's safe. There's nothing to worry about. And if you try to disturb it, you'll make things 1,000 times worse. To get them replaced would cost thousands of pounds, because you have to have a team of professionals that come in to remove them, and then you're obviously going to have to put new ones in place. That will cost thousands, and the dining room has just cost 5,000. So it's a no. It's a no, folks. But trust me, it's safe. It's safe. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. We'll be okay. I'll do all the model making inside. It's just going to store it, okay? So I can't wait to do this because this is really interesting. This line is the outer edge of the pavement and should align with the edge of the card. Note, be sure to cut outside the line. Keep offcuts of paving as they may be useful for making paths around the houses. This is all really very good. I do feel that it's far too fake though, far too artificial. I hope that they're going to talk about weathering in the future and make it, you know, I hope they're going to talk about doing something to make it much more realistic. You can clearly see that this is supposed to be the building, and then basically this is the pavement around the building. And then all the rest it wants us to keep anyway, for using as paths, garden paths. Okay, moving on. How railways changed our diets. What an interesting article. Oh, actually, yes, of course, it is true. Just that photo alone is fantastic, because the railways did allow really perishable goods like milk and fish to get around the country really quickly. It's like in 1901, there were people in the country that had never tasted fish. They'd never tried fish, because by the time fish got to them, it was already mouldy and gone off and stunk. But the railways allowed fish to get from town to town to town really quickly. Milk as well. So they honestly, yeah, I mean, gosh, railways did so much. They're just incredible, aren't they? For centuries, people relied on their own plots of land and local farms for their food. However, the coming of the railway age meant that produce could be moved great distances and still remain fresh. Only the other day, Steve from Belgium sent me an insulated fish wagon for my railway. And that's the kind of thing we're on about. Just fantastic. You don't realise how much the world was different before railways came along. Fantastic. So yes, I'm going to find that really interesting to read. And then finally, I've really got to go check this out, haven't I? A steam railway in miniature. The Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch Railway is a beautiful and historic miniature steam railway built in the 1920s along the scenic Kent coastline. It still operates an important passenger service today. Look at that. Isn't that just like the most fantastic, huge, small steam train you've ever seen? Locomotive number 9, Winston Churchill, caught at Hythe Station on the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch Railway. That looks a beast. That is absolutely fantastic. Wow. Now that is a toy train. I wonder what the neighbours would say if I just, you know, set up one of these in the garden, just knocked down several houses just to make the railway. I don't think they'd mind. Crew really needs something like that anyway. This is just beautiful, folks. Have you been? What can you recommend? Is it a good railway? Do I need to go check it out? Because it looks fantastic. Oh, that's quite fancy. They don't often do that. I don't really see the point in that, seeing as they're stored. Well, actually, no, I suppose, yeah, it would work. Well, yeah, it would, just. Number 2, Northern Chief, seen at Dungeness on the Romney Hythe. Is that Dungeness? Doug? Must be Dungeness, because there's an E. So it can't be Dung. Must be Dungeness. Maybe I've got that wrong. I don't know. Number 8, Hurricane in L&ER Garter Blue. Wow, look at that. John Southland. Wow, what is that? Number 12, John Southland. Was built in 1983 to the railway's own design. John Southland founded a school in New Romney in 1610, and the railway now carries many of its present-day pupils. Huh, a 112 brake horsepower, 6-cylinder diesel engine. No way. This looks a fascinating place, folks. I think I'm going to have to go. Would you like me to do a video on it? Would you like me to go and film a day out there? Let me know your thoughts. Right, I better crack on and get a review done.